Well, just out this evening for a last session in the mere hide. Anyway, I thought I'd give my best tips on photographing wildlife at a nature reserve. Just diving straight in is I would always go to the visitor centre first. Yeah, so the first visit always must be to the visitor centre, because that's where you get the wealth of knowledge on the particular reserve. Now, people have been here for years, you know, they have put hours upon hours in on the actual nature reserve, and now they've kindly volunteered to show you where to go. So don't ignore the people on reception. If you're not a member or you haven't paid and you're not sneaking past, don't ignore the advice on offer. It is absolutely invaluable. So that's the tip number one. Tip number two would be plan your visit out of school holidays. So yeah, Camilla and I have chosen half-term week, which yeah, is all right, but obviously there are a few other little visitors around as well as the little visitors you want to see. So anyway, you take my point. We love children in the right place, in the creche. Yeah, in the creche. Beautiful little walk to the Mere Island hide, absolute pleasure. And yeah, tip number three. What can we go for tip number three? I suppose bring the appropriate gear. I mean, there's mere hide, there's a possibility you can actually go underneath it. So you could bring a pair of wellies, for example, because that's the only way you'll access the underneath of the hide. But I didn't know that was available. But anyway, I do have a pair of wellies with me. So come prepared. I mean, there's no need to wear the combat jacket like this and all the gear, but it's not a bad idea. And wear a comfortable pair of walking shoes, because invariably there's a nice walk involved in a nature reserve. And tip number four is come early and come late. Yes, you know, undoubtedly the best wildlife is first thing in the morning, and I've already disturbed a bittern from the bittern hide first thing in the morning. So yes, not a bad idea to come early, because you do get shots that you otherwise won't get, and indeed stay on late in the evening. Look at this beautiful late evening sunshine coming through the trees. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. It's worth coming later on just for those magnificent hues alone. So when you've sussed out the area, you can bring along the main wagon, like we are on Camilla and I, because we're going to a set hide. So we've got the whole trolley, 600mm, heavy legs, everything. But obviously, when you first come to a nature reserve, don't bother bringing all the gear. You may not be able to get the trolley up the paths. I mean, look at this steep path we've got to negotiate in a minute. Oh, look at that. God, we've got to go up there with the trolley. So, oh yeah. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe to Camilla and I. The lengths we go to with this hauling this damn trolley for you. So, yeah, not only do we give you the best tips for how to photograph a nature reserve, but also we go. So don't forget, we go above and beyond. Anyway, yeah, like, subscribe, please. Yeah, so when you know where you're going, it's no problem. I mean, it's like here, we're going to the bittern hide. Well, again, you'd think, well, bittern hide, that's going to be perfectly accessible. by trolley, and yes it is, but look at this beautiful hide. But there are flights of stairs involved in the bitten hide, and photographically, of course, this is another tip. You want to stay as low. You obviously need to be just above the reed heads, but as you can see from this structure, you are well above the reed heads. I mean, here you'll get an excellent view across the fen and across the reed bed. Superb. And I've already got marsh harriers flying over, no problem at all from there. But you're only going to get flight shots. You're not really going to get the bittern on the ground. And if you are lucky enough to get the bittern on the ground, you'll be looking down. There'll be an angle down. You can see the angle you'll be looking at. So that's why we're turning round. We're rejecting that hide there and we're going back up the hill. Oh God. Yeah, what can I say? Towing the trolley. And of course that's a good tip in itself. Obviously if you want to save your back, we use the stealth gear trolley. I've already recommended it to one person this trip already. He was going to use it for his golf equipment, I think. No, I think he was going to use it for camera purpose, actually. No, I was only joking there. No, I think he was using it for his sports photography. But anyway, still, you get them in black as well as green. So if you've got a really good back, sod the trolley. Camilla and I were just wimps. But we have walked quite a way on this trip around Minsmere on this occasion, so you feel out of breath already. But no, yeah, bring a trolley or a big bag. Wow, what a beautiful evening walk. God, it's worth coming just for the walks alone. And I suppose that's another tip as well. Sometimes it's nice just not to bring the gear at all. Don't bring the trolley. That'd be nice. Don't even tote the trolley. Just come out with a pair of binoculars, and that's just amazing. Just beautiful. The liberty and the freedom. But of course, you miss all the shots, so don't do that. Come out with the lightweight gear. And I suppose the next tip is, well, you could tear around the whole nature reserve, go around the trails and just sort of blitz it and say, oh, I've done it all. I've walked the entire area, but I tell you, you won't see much. Your best bet is to stay in one spot. So if you've watched the former episodes from Minsmere on Camilla and I, you will see that with the advice of the local guides, we've picked off the known spots for photography. These are tried and tested places where people have got the shots. I've seen the photos, they're amazing. They're just not mine. But anyway, yeah, waterfalls. Would I have spotted them without help? No chance. Common subject, but tricky to spot. Otter. Would I have spotted it if I'd been on my own in a hide? No chance. Anyway, we spent, was it 3 or 4 hours in the mere hide this morning? That's the sort of dedication you have to go to get the best shots. And there's one guy sets up every time. Now I imagine he's setting up before he goes to work, and he comes out every day just on the off chance that he's going to be there at the right time. And that's a really big tip. Slow down, stay in one place, pick your spot and wait for the action to come to you. It's here, it's a nature reserve. Nature reserves in their own right are obviously built, obviously created in an environment that is conducive to lots of nature. So you only have to wait in the right areas and the action will come to you sometimes. Yes, it all comes to he who waits. Ooh. Yeah, I remember at one workplace I was sent to go and get the long wait, and anyway, 20 minutes later they came and got me, because yeah, there was no such thing as the long wait. It was just their little joke. Yeah, but anyway, there's a lot of waiting in wildlife, so if you can't wait, don't bother. Patience is definitely the main one for wildlife photography in a nature reserve. Coming up on this final section towards the Mere Island hide. Well, I hope it is. God, it's a long walk. No. Anyway, you get the idea. Tips abound, and yeah, don't forget to follow Camilla and I for more advice, and just generally, it's just in the videos we don't do particular tips like this normally. You pick the tips up as you follow Camilla and I around, just as you pick tips up in the environment itself, and yeah. Anyway, let us know, obviously, if you've got any great tips for nature reserve photography, because obviously we've just mentioned a few there, and I'm sure I must have missed some out. This was just a little idea I had for a video on the way to the hide this evening for the final session. And if you're really lucky, I'll put whatever I get at this final session at the end of this video, if I get anything. That's the other thing. Don't be disappointed if you don't get anything. Prepare for disappointment. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed these few little tips. Have a good one. Bye from Camilla and I.